let's talk about favorite. See if we can get some people in here before we get started. It says we have one. Well, they just left. I don't know who it was. Oh, well. There it says we have one person in here. Would you mind hitting the like button? Zachary Hicks. What's going on, man? Oh, might have lost him. Good afternoon, Zach. Hey, Zach, would you mind hitting the like button there, man? What you up to today, man? Did you get that washer and dryer? Just got lunch. Gotcha. I'm I came up with a topic. I don't know if you saw it, saw the title, but your favorite jig heads for crappie. Oh, you're at work. Okay, and I know you do mostly, pretty much all bass fishing, but if you do crappie fish, what is your like, not so much color, but what is your go-to like jig head, or even for panfish, not just for crappie, but panfish in general? It says we have two in here. I've only caught one crappie. Oh, what now? What about like other panfish, bluegills and sunfish? Excuse me. Hey, could I get you to hit that thumbs up, man? Let's see if I can share this. I don't know how, but I am. All right. What did I miss? You don't. Oh, you don't have a thumbs up. You might have to. It is. You should have one. You probably have to click out. Well, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But so what's for lunch today, man? got my Okeechobee tournament this weekend for the awesome, awesome, awesome. That is awesome, man. I wish the best for you, man. Barbecue pulled pork sandwich. Ouch. Look out. Look out. So is so when do you start the tournament? Friday, Saturday? Pig eating pig. And yes, Saturday. Okay, start Saturday. That's awesome. Yeah, I wish the best for you, man. Man, that's exciting. I'm sure it is. So yeah, I'm getting back to the topic. I love to crappie fish, panfish. I love it, and I think one of my go-to not grub, jig head is is this one 32nd ounce jig head. I love these. I prefer the longer shank jig heads, but when the bite when they're biting but they're just not connecting and they're not committing to the bite, I'll drop down to a shorter shank. This one here is it's a shorter shank. I don't have a longer shank. And then usually when I drop down to a smaller shank like that, um, the bite they I start getting more connections, more hookups. But yeah, most of the time I'll start with the longer shank. So and then usually I pair it up with a Bobby Garland or I've got some other baits that different folks have sent me, but Bobby Garland is probably my favorite. This one here happens to be a Mr. Crappie. Um, I can't remember the name of it. I don't even want to try to remember and mess it up, but this here actually caught my wife's 1 pound bluegill last. It was late last summer. It was about this time of the year, and one I think it was 111, 1 pound, 11 ounces was actually out of our pond. So, but I'm stuck on Bobby Garland. And as far as brand of the jig heads, I don't go by brands. Um, Color depends on you know the water clarity and or and or the fish, the bite of the fish. There have been times where I've went out and was using maybe let's say chartreuse jig head color, and just by changing the jig head color using the same grub, the bites started getting more bites, and I changed from a chartreuse jig head over to an orange jig head, and just started getting bites started happening. So a lot of us say change the color of your bait. A lot of times, well, I'm not going to say a lot of times, but there are times when all you need to do is just change the color of your jig head. Yeah, you may have to cut it, retie another one, but But that's it. Just one simple little color change can make a big difference. Color change of your jig head. But this is the 132nd, and I I use it all around. The only times that I will use a bigger jig head, a 1/8, is if it's windy. If it's really windy, I'll drop down to a 1/16, so it can get down there faster. Now, when the waters are calm, um, just like super calm, I will drop down to a 1/64th. But majority, probably 80%. I'll say probably 85 to 90% of the time, it's going to be a 1/32 ounce. It's just that if there's a little breeze on the water, on the ponds, I'll still use it. But if it's just windy and crazy windy, then yeah, I'll drop down to a 1/16. But that is my favorite jig head, the 1/32 ounce. It says we have one person in here. Who is that one person? Ronald Yeater. What's going on, man? Hey, Ronald, can I get you to hit that thumbs up for me? This wasn't a planned live stream, Ronald. It was a whim. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. How are you doing, man? But yeah, I just jumped on here. I didn't. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate you. I didn't. I didn't share like. Um, I shared my community tab, and I shared over on Twitter. That was about it. I didn't copy and paste any links to anybody. But it was I just went out on a whim and jumped on here and started talking. But did you see the topic? Fishing has been good in Rhode Island. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Um, did you happen to see the topic? Okay. The topic is, I don't know if you do much crappie, whatever you want to call it, crappie panfish fishing. The topic is your favorite jig heads. And I was just explaining that the 1/32 ounce, hands down, is just saw you, Dave. Look awesome. Hands down, my favorite jig head. The 1/32, I'll use it year round, and it 90% of the time I'll have it 1/32 ounce, unless it's super windy. Then I'll drop down to a 1/16, and and then on really super calm evenings, I'll drop. I'll go to a 1/64th, and even lighter. Use a beetle spin with or without spinners. Yes, beetle spins, man. That's another. Oh man, beetle spins are like a staple in in my tackle bag. Beetle spin, um, inline spinners. Those are like two staples in my 1/32 ounce jig heads. Those are three staples that I keep with me all of the time. But the jig heads, as I was explaining earlier, I'll carry a longer shank um, jig head, jig heads, and a shorter shank. This one here happens to be a shorter. I don't have any of the longer shanks with me to show you, but um, because sometimes with the longer shanks, for me, they may bite, the longer using a longer shank, but they just might not connect or won't commit. So what I'll do is uh, I'll tie on a shorter shank, also grubs and gulp minnows with it. Yes, yes, and I'll tie on a shorter shank, and then my hookups they start happening. Yes, those beetle spins are dynamite. You can have a lot of fun with those. You can catch anything, just about bass, crappie, bluegill. They're just an effective little bait. And I think a lot of people underestimate them. Now, up there, do you fish ponds or lakes or both? Once get one on spinner, I stay and take off the spinner. Gotcha. Both. Okay. Well, now now that I'm able to, I got this kayak, I'm able to transport it. Now I got a different vehicle. I can try to get out and do some more fishing on the lakes. Um, it says we have a second person in here. Not many deep. Yeah. Who's that second person? It says we have two people with two thumbs up. But what are you up to today, um, Ronald? What are you up to? Yes, say hi, please. I got to get a stand for this phone. I got this different vehicle. Now I have to sit here and hold the phone. Andy K. Oh my goodness. What is up? Andy K. How are you doing, buddy? Resting. Went night fishing. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Did you have any luck? Andy, it is awesome to see you, man. My godson. Hey, Andy's the godfather. Yes, sir. Man, it is awesome. Good. Thanks, mate. How things with you and my little lady? Hey, we're all doing good. She just started high school this year, Andy. Big bass on frog and rat. Oh, wow. Wow. How big was that bass? Yes, she Nicole K. Hello, how are you? Hi everyone. I am just stalking my Andy in here, so don't mind me. 6'2", biggest unwrap. Wow, that's freaking awesome. Awesome. What a beast. Yes. Yes, yes. But yeah, Andy, she started high school this year, and she's been doing really good. She's been doing really good. She was a little bit nervous at first, but that's indicates that ain't a hog. It's a full on razorback run. Rhode Island, that's big. Yeah, is a that's a tank. That is a tank. Yes, Andy, we are proud of her. We tell her that literally. We tell her how much we're proud of her every day. And we love that girl. We're proud of her, and she's come a long way since she was even from birth. With different challenges in her life. She's she is awesome. Remember her birthday. Great kid. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Andy, I will. Thank you. Thank you. Sure thing. So, Andy, how you been, man? Andy, um do you guys? I know you do a little bit of fishing over there. Do you guys use grub or jig heads over there like this? No padded room since COVID. Loving it. Okay, so you're doing good. That's do you Andy? Can you see that? Sea fishing mainly here from. Okay. Do you have a shed load of little lures to? Oh, well, thank you, buddy. Thank you, friend. My godfather, Andy K. Holy cow, that's awesome. Yes, yeah. This is from this is a Mr. Crappie grub. A lot of his have that little ball thing on the tail. A lot of action underwater. A lot of action. That I was talking earlier when I first got on here, and I was telling Ron that I use the 1/32 ounce jig head. I just love them. No freshwater bass in the country. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Whoa, I've lost track of time. Um, I hate to end it, but I gotta get back in the building and finish out my day here at work. But it's 12:35. But I appreciate. I got a bunch of small jig heads too. If you want some, sure. That's up to you, Andy. That is up to you. I appreciate that. But everybody, I appreciate you all. No fourth letter boy. I gotta get back in there. And yes, Ronald, take care. Oh, baby's waking up too. Uh-oh. And Andy, Nicole, y'all take care. Thank you so much. Highly offensive word. Well, I'm not gonna. Let me put it this way. I'm just going back in the building. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go back to work. I'm just going back in the building. Yes, you stay well as also, and Nicole, you take care and you be well too, and keep Andy in check. And I'm no boss material. My wife will tell you that. Okay, we'll see you guys. If you're watching this live stream after I post it, um, please consider subscribing and hit the thumbs up. See you on the next one.